Hey-o, Yankee Jeff here. It's not your fault. Thanks for all stopping by my recovery, codependency, and enabling channel. I do appreciate everything you guys are doing for me. It's been a wonderful ride. Can't stop now. I wanted to thank my sponsor, Vandalay Industries. Whenever you think of latex, think Vandalay. Remember, you gotta hit the buttons over here. Stop and the things, the boom, the beep, the bop, the whole thing, the comments, the whole thing. Please drop down. Let's talk about the subject at hand, the psychology of codependency. Why is it we lose ourselves in others? Why is that a problem with us codependents? We lose ourselves in others, I think, a lot of times, speaking from myself, again, because we don't give advice. We just give examples of what we've done. When I say lose ourselves in others, we can get so wrapped up in our loved one's situation that it becomes sickness. It becomes a problem. We find ourselves so fixated on fixing a problem because that's how our DNA is hooked up. I mean, that's how we're wired. We're wired to help people. Human beings are wired to help one another. In my situation, what I've noticed is a lot of empty nesters, especially, for lack of a better term, just become bored. They have a lot of free time on their hands. If you have an empty nester who doesn't work, a lot of times we can use the excuse of our loved one's situation and that we have to be the ones to fix it. We can use that excuse as a call to get involved. And who better than me to fix the situation, right? Who better than me? The whole idea is that we have to explain why it is that we get involved with our loved one's situation when we don't necessarily need to. Well, the reason why is because we have an emptiness inside. And that emptiness needs to be filled by something. And it can be filled with alcohol. It can be filled with exercise. It can be filled with food. It can be filled with pets. It can be filled with scrapbooking, any number of things. And a lot of times, because we've been so good at being nurturers, givers, caregivers, helpers our whole lives, we insert ourselves in our loved one's situation because we feel like it's something we know about. We know how to take care of people. And we lose ourselves in the situation. We lose our own self-worth in trying to help other people, and it ends up, our lives end up suffering. When you're dealing with an addict or an alcoholic, you're dealing with a situation where they are not who they used to be. If you're looking to help little Jimmy or little Mary Sue, or your husband or your wife or your brother, sister, and I've used the term before, the best indication of future behavior is past behavior. Where that ends up getting us in trouble is it's not the same you're dealing with an alcoholic or an addict. Your loved one who's suffering from addiction is not exactly the same person as they used to be. If you helped them in the past and they always were grateful and they always paid you back and things of that nature, that's out the window now. That ain't gonna happen no more. Okay, so don't get in a situation where you think that somehow that you're helping when actually you're harming. That all set aside, we end up losing ourselves in their situation because we become consumed with it. We feel like we have to be the ones who fight this battle with them, be out in front, leading the charge with the sword and helping them get through this addiction situation. And they're behind you the whole time with their hands in your pocket. That's unfortunately, a lot of times ends up being that way. Addiction's a selfish, ungrateful, using sewer. Okay, it just keeps on taking. The goal is for you as an enabler and a codependent, you wouldn't be if you weren't here watching, not to lose yourself, okay? You are important. You are special. You are as valuable as anything else in this world. Parents will sacrifice for their children. A spouse will sacrifice for their spouse. A brother, sister, family member will sacrifice for the family member, but not to the extent of your own well-being. Okay, your character can't be assassinated. You can't lose yourself in another person's situation. You just can't. If you do that, then you're only doing self-harm. You want to make sure that whatever help you give, it's on you. Okay. Remember the difference between help and harm. Watch my last video. The difference between a safety net and a hammock. But all that set aside, the most important person in this whole thing that has to be taken care of is you, because no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to do it for you. You got to make sure you take care of yourself, your own health, your own well-being, your own job, your own responsibilities. You got to do it, okay? Because no one else is going to do it for you. Don't lose yourself in others. Don't lose yourself somehow feeling that you have. If you don't do it, no one else will. It's not true. Addiction will figure its way out. One of two things is going to happen. Addiction will find its way to be fed, or addiction will say, I can't do this anymore. I give up, and give control of your loved one's life back over to your loved one. And that person has to then start going to meetings, and it's that aha moment. You figure out you can't do this anymore. If you don't ever get to that point, then you will lose yourself in their situation. And that's terrible, because then two people's lives will end up being ruined. All right. So don't lose yourself in others. You're too valuable a person to give up on. All right. You may feel like, I've heard this 1,000 times. They say, well, I would die for my loved one. I'd die for them. Well, that's noble. It's honorable. It's also a cliche. Would you live for them? Would you live for you? You deserve it. You deserve it. Your life is valuable as well. So don't lose yourself in others, okay? Don't lose yourself in others. You owe it to all the old loved ones around you, whether they're fur babies or adults or children or whoever. But the Almighty Himself gave you life, your higher power, the respect to do the best you can with your life. Be the best you can be, right? Your life light on this earth doesn't last very long. Don't dim your life light to try and somehow light someone else's life light. It doesn't work that way. Only they can light their own life light. Keep coming back, because you know why? It works when you work it, and let it begin with you. By all means, say a prayer for the prayerless. Say a prayer for all those people out there struggling with a secret or an unheard or an unspoken issue, because we all have those, and we all can use those prayers. Okay, guys? God bless you all, and I'll talk to you soon.